This video is to start to show you how to use the new aspects on references. So this is new functionality. So I want to show you how this is going to interplay. So let's start over here with, we're looking at users, and I'm coming in here as an administrator, and I'm going to come to this student, and I'm going to see that this particular student have now three new fields that are not ones that the student can see, and we're going to focus on this references. So let's say we came here and we want to just ask the student for a reference, or we want to send out references on a student. The first thing you can do is just do this, where you click the add reference. You can put the name of the person. So I'm going to put that this is my name, and I'm going to put that I'm looking for my teacher. I'm going to give an email, and then I'm going to say that there's a different form. Now we're going to go over where these forms come from and how to fill this out. And then this is one option you can do, and then you can send this off. And when you do, you see that there has been something that's been sent, and it's pending, which means it has not been sent back yet. All right, that is one thing. Now let's come over and see, where is that form that we created and how did we create it, that reference form. And we're coming back to forms, and we're going to add, and we're going to see that there is now a new type of form called references. And so we're just going to call this new form 1, and we're going to open this up. Now there's going to be a couple things that you can do with this, and I want to show you these. One is that you can just start here and start to fill this in. This looks pretty the same as you've had. Form description, that this is for, let's say this is your instructor references. And you can make as many of these as you want. You can have any image that you want to upload, but notice it shows you that it's a reference. Now I want to show you two different things that are important. Right here you see that you have a reference type question. And this is what's going to be created. It's going to be sent to the person. This is what they're going to work with. Now, let's look at this, but I want to show you, well, let's just work with this one we'll start with. So when you fill this out, here's your instructions. The instructions that you see right here that you write in here are the ones that are going to be seen by anyone who's working on this. So please fill out this form. All right. Now, again, where's the reference form we sent? Well, we don't have one because we're making one right now. And this is what the person's going to see that gets the reference. So fill this out about your student. Okay. Now, remember, we've got this instructions. We've got this. We've got that this is a new form that we have up here. And we're going to just save this. And this is one option of the form. All right, and we'll go ahead and publish this, and we'll show one other action in a minute. Now, again, when you come here to your active forms, you can look up here, you can see your references, and here's where we just made this one, this new form number 1. Now, where does that come into play? Let's go back again, and there's a couple options. One, again, here's what we've made. Remember that we could send out this, so we go to the student record, we can send out references, we can add this, we can send, and here's the different forms. So there's the form that we made. So this is maybe the one that we want to send on that side. Let me also point out that you can send out references about your instructors as well. So let's say you have someone who is an instructor. We're going to come here, and we're going to see you can send out instructor references from this side as well. So the same thing will show. You can come through here, form this out. There's that new one that we made. Here's the different forms that we have. So you might have a form that you use mainly for instructors. That asks different questions. You can do things differently on that side. All right, I want to show you then where this all comes into. So what that looks like. All right, so let's go now and show how. Oh, I'll show you one other thing. Let's go to your account creation. And I'm going to come here to an active form. Remember how we've made account creation forms? You've been doing this for a while and you have all these things, but you can also add this reference question in the account creation. Now, where does that come in? Let me just show you one more time. When you go to create this form, we're going to create an account creation. We're going to come down here and we're going to see that in the questions that you can add, there it is. There's the reference question. And that's the same thing that you have here. So that's how it attaches to the application or to this account creation form. How this is really helpful is that just this. You can go ahead and you can, when you are using this for your applications, automatically then the references will be sent out and will be returned back to the student. Returned back into the student account. They won't be able to see it. You will be able to see it once it comes in. So let me just show you an example of what that will look like. I'm going to come down here to this, well, I should always search, would be much easier. And I'm going to come into this student and I'm going to look here. And I'm going to look at their references and look. There's one pending, and here's one that has been submitted. And once it's submitted, you're going to see this, and you can open it up, and then it says, here's some information that you want to be able to see about that student. All right, the one other little nuance that I want to show you is when you go to create that reference form, as we looked here, many of you have you also have a form that you use for your references. So you may have your own reference form you want to send this. However, you can create, notice this is a reference form that you create that includes the question about uploading a reference form. So you may have on your website your own reference form for instructors, your own reference form for pastors that you want filled out. Merely make sure that those are downloadable and fillable PDFs. Then you can put on your website, download these, and then submit them. And the way that they submit them is through this methodology. So this would be the reference form that the applicant would give. So this would be the one that let's say their pastor would get, and they would upload the form that they had already filled out that you had, and to put it in here. Now, this may look a little confusing when you go through it. It really isn't. It works really well. We'll continue to give you some guidance as you walk through each one of these steps, but it really is a multiple step. You need to, one, decide what kind of reference you want. Do you want to use your own form, or do you want to use just an open-ended form? If you want to use your own form, make sure it's a fillable PDF and wherever it is that you have to download, primarily on your website, I would imagine, in your admissions area. Then you need to go into the forms, and you need to make the reference form that you want. Then you need to attach that reference form if you want it to the original application, if you're using an application in the account creation side, or you just have it as one that you can send out on individual students. So that gives you the idea of what all is going to be there. It is a multi-step process, but when it's done and you have it all going, basically the references are being sent out, they're coming in, the student never sees it, you're able to review them, you're able to keep them all in their academic record, in their student records. So when you start to look now at your student records, now notice that you're going to be able to have a lot of information in one place. Here's going to be all your references. You're going to be able to add extra documents, and you're going to be able to add some custom fields. We will have different videos on how to use the custom fields and the documents. All right, I believe that's it.